Hello, I'm Gail Hogan, and this is Our Ohio. Studying our nation's history is a way of honoring our past. Reenacting it? Well, that's patriotic. Civil War reenactments provide a glimpse into America's bloodiest conflict. They are a colorful history lesson for the audience and an avid hobby for the participants. For a closer look, we volunteer for duty with the 1st Ohio Volunteer Cavalry Regiment.
This weekend at the Heritage Village, this is our Civil War Days reenactment. We have 14 historic buildings from the 19th century, and all our buildings are open. Within each building, we have activities or furnishings that demonstrate an aspect of the Civil War, an aspect mostly of the home front. The encampments, that is the part that I love. All of these reenactors, all of their materials are of the time period, and so anyone that comes to visit and walk through the camp, they see the soldiers doing what they would have been doing. Some are getting ready for battle. Some are just recuperating from the battle. The women are cooking. The children are playing 19th century games or helping with the cooking. It's just a wonderful experience to see what they do and how important it is for them to convey a realistic 19th century Civil War setting.
The reason I got involved in reenacting was because I'm a history buff, and this is an exciting way to become involved and learn about history. The campfires, the cooking utensils, the way you cook, what you cook, the smells of gunpowder, the clothing you wear, and you can read about it, but when you smell the smells and you feel the heat, it's a totally different experience. We totally immerse ourselves in as much as we can in the culture of that time.
You bring the other hand across and grasp the middle of the weapon. The right hand is now free to go underneath the trigger guard.
I guess it's kind of from the love of history, the American history. I started studying the Civil War and studying the uniforms. I generally make most of all of my own uniforms.
What I have on today is what would be an early war frock coat made of a jean wool, which is a wool cotton weave, with block I infantry buttons, coming down to my Richmond Depot trousers, which would have been issued by the Virginia government. Underneath, I would have a civilian plaid wool shirt and a small military issue cap. The gun I carry is 1842 smoothbore musket. It shoots a 69 caliber ball along with two smaller buck balls, which shoot what was called buck and ball.
I have period correct glasses that I wear. They're actual Civil War era glasses. However, they kind of dig into my head, so when the people leave, I put these back on. But when people are here, we are very authentic, and so we're putting on as good a presentation as we can.
Count! 1, 2,
1,
2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Let's do
1.
that again. Who did that? Count off by twos. Count! 1, 2,
1,
2, 1, 2,
1.
2.
The game is called the Game of Graces, and that involves a small wooden hoop that is wrapped and decorated with brightly colored ribbons. And it is called the Game of Graces because you really have to end up being graceful to get this done.
Jesus said, "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. that where I am, there you may be also. And the best part of it is that, and if I go away, I will come again to receive you unto myself. She's a sweet girl. Baptized her at a young age.
The funeral this morning was actually for a child.
And we'll miss her. We'll miss her very much.
There's a black wreath on the door. There's black crepe draped on the front porch. Inside, the customs were to cover your mirrors. You stop the clocks. Certain items, if it was a child, they would have kept some kind of memorabilia of that child, usually hair, and they would create a doll, create some form for memory.
The scriptures tell us in Revelation chapter 21, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, and he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. He that overcometh shall inherit all things. I will be his God, and he shall be my son or child. We're going to miss this. And that we would be aware of how fragile our life is in this world. Now, Father, I ask that you would touch the hearts of everyone here this morning, that you would comfort them. Lord, bless them and keep them. And we'll give you the praise for it in Jesus' name. Amen.
So what did you put in the stew? That has beef and potatoes and green beans. We happened to raid this farm yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Because they had left, and they just left everything. So we come across it, and we hate to, feel like that we're taken, but you just take what you can to survive. But that's just about it, just surviving.
The Confederates came through town and they shut us off pretty quick. Tomorrow might be a different story. We have already moved our gun to the other side of town. And tomorrow, I think things will be better.
The South won the battle today because probably the North will win tomorrow. It's always fair to change sides every day.
Well, the question is who are we? Where are we going as a people? In order to try to realize that, you need to know where we came from, what our history is. The Civil War was one of the most dramatic times in our history as a nation. And it is really what made us what we are today.
To learn more about where you can get involved with Civil War reenactments, visit us on our website at ourohio.org.